Hello, welcome to our interview regarding transcultural citizenship. My name is Lou, and I'm interviewing the interview together with Luca, and our interviewee for today's session is Lupe, and we would like to give you the stage to shortly introduce yourself and share a bit about your background.
So my name is Lupe. I was born in Argentina and I lived there for 5 years before moving to Costa Rica and living there for 7 years. Then I moved to Brazil and lived there for 4 years. And then I went back to Argentina for 3 years to then move to the Netherlands again. So quite some traveling. And I grew up studying in international schools in Costa Rica and in Brazil. So that was almost 12 years of international schools. And I also did an international study program. So I've been very much surrounded by people from diverse cultural backgrounds throughout my whole life, actually. And now I am in Finland studying, although in this exact moment I am in Portugal working.
Wonderful. So nice to meet you.
Hi guys, I'm Luca and that is Lou. And we have a guest today, Thomas Ackermann, my dad, and he's going to introduce himself.
Okay, then I introduced myself. Thank you very much that I have the opportunity to have this interview. My name is Thomas Ackermann, and I'm 55 years old. And in my profession, I'm a civil engineer. And I worked on a number of projects internationally. And I have some experiences which I would like to share with you.
Hello. Thank you for agreeing to this interview. This is Gonzalo. He's 27 years old. He's a Peruvian that studied in Japan for 7 years and is now currently doing their doctorate program in the United States. So hi, Gonzalo. Once again, thank you for agreeing.
Hey.
So I wanted to ask, what do you think transcultural citizenship, like how transcultural citizenship impact our whole globalized society?
Well, I think like having diversity in general helps. And you said both here and in Japan in like higher education to the level of like and I'm talking about this because that's the area where I live in. I'm sure this applies to other fields, but higher education, you see a big number of foreign students. Like it's people that want to like go and keep improving themselves in a way. And like I find that a lot of universities and countries, even here, they try to help with that. It helps also to bring like different perspectives of things. Like it comes to a point where like, and it's hard in science because like everything is like experiments and facts. So like one might think that like, well, that as long as you study, there's not that much impact on like cultural diversity. But I believe there is, like the way people think about problems, the way people decide to solve problems in different cultures is different. So being able to bring all of this together and like mix with one another can lead to like different type of discoveries that maybe would not be able without that cooperation.
Our first question would be, what are the main challenges and experiences you have faced while being a transcultural citizen?
I think probably the biggest challenge faced is having a really strong, the problem would be not really having a strong sense of belonging to a single culture, and kind of especially growing up in so many spaces, it's difficult to root yourself only to one thing, but then because it's not so strong within me, because I'm not fully Argentinian or fully anything, it almost seems like it's hard to fit into those very homogenous communities and cultures. So sometimes it feels like you don't belong anywhere, but rather everywhere. Like you can really fit into anything, which is really a privilege. I would say that's not the challenge. But sometimes when it comes down to it, in terms of like identity and feeling like you have this home or this base, sometimes it's a bit harder, especially if you weren't really strongly raised in the culture that you are supposedly from.
And then we have a second question regarding what impact does transcultural citizenship have on our globalized society as it is?
There's a big conflict in this transcultural citizenship coming up. We have migration, we have climate change, we have more and more people who need to migrate away from areas that are inundated, etc. So we will have big migration across the different countries across the world. And what in my view is very important is that whoever comes into another country makes a first step to adapt. And one step to adapt is to learn the language. And when you speak the language, you can also communicate with the people in the country that you move into about your culture and what is important for you, so that the other counterpart also respects your culture. You need the language to explain what is important for yourself in order to be able to respect each other. So language, language, language. So we need policies. First of all, we need understanding. We have to raise understanding, awareness that people will come, and we need to train our culture, our people, to be more open. And we need to set up policies on how to deal with this migration in a professional way.
Perfect. Thank you so much.
Thank you for the interview.
Yeah, for your time. And
Okay, you're
have a great
welcome. Okay, thank you very much. Good luck for your project.
Thank you.